All right, everybody. So, you know how the Republicans have had to morph and sort of mold their position on abortion into something far more acceptable to the average American these days? As it turns out, being pro-life is just not that popular anymore, especially among women, and due to the fact that, like, if you believe what conservatives will tell you, women are the gatekeepers of sex. So, being anti-pro-choice is not exactly popular with the ladies these days. So if you want to have a, healthy, functional relationship with a woman or a sex life at all, you kind of have to be pro-life, or at least pretend to be. So, in this day and age, or not pro-life, pro-choice. Guys, I'm so bad when it comes to the wording here. It needs to be a different wording, okay? Pro-life and pro-choice, bad wording. It needs to just be, I don't know, something else. Find different labels. They're too similar to each other. They need to be, like, opposites, complete opposites. They sound too similar. They're too easy to mix up when you're speaking quickly. Anyway, most people are pro-choice, right? The majority of people are pro-choice. And the Republicans, while they themselves are very much not pro-choice, in fact, they want to fully ban abortion across the board, even the majority of Republicans do not agree with the idea of banning abortion 100% of the time entirely federally across the country. And so the Republicans can't run on that, but they still believe in it. When in power, that's still what they'll fight for and try to push for and try to pass. And so Donald Trump, being the populist that he is in this position where he's had to pretend like he doesn't want a federal abortion ban, despite the fact that it was literally his appointed Supreme Court justices that axed Roe v. Wade. Now, as it stands, without Roe v. Wade, it is up to the states whether or not abortion is allowed, banned, or restricted. Which basically means that red states, abortion is practically illegal, and in blue states, it is at the very least restricted, in many cases not too heavily so. This is bad, obviously, because having any amount of unequal access to medical care that one needs for, sexual health is just a bad thing. That should not be a thing. And there's also a lot of other bad outcomes that come with banning abortion, considering the fact that when they ban abortion, the wording of these bills almost always includes other stuff being banned as well. Like, for example, let's say you're a young woman, 19, 20, 21 years old, and you have some sort of cancerous growth that has been detected in your uterus, your fallopian tubes, or your ovaries. And the doctors say, honestly, your best bet is just a full hysterectomy. Well, guess what? In a shitload of Republican states, the doctors are not allowed to do jack shit about this to help you until you are literally dying of sepsis on the operating table. Same goes for all sorts of other situations, such as ectopic pregnancies, which are possibly the most deadly and painful thing that a human can go through. It's like giga constipation that can kill you with internal bleeding very quickly and very painfully. Yeah. These procedures, if they are something that would remove a woman's ability to have, like, a baby in the future, in many states, it is at the very least implied to be illegal. And so doctors will just not agree to it. Imagine your testicular cords exploding, more or less. Yeah, that's basically the best way to describe how it would feel. If the cords your testicles are attached to your body through fucking exploded. That is what an ectopic pregnancy is like. And treating that until literally on the verge of death is illegal in some red states due to the repealing of Roe v. Wade. Now, Trump has publicly announced that he is not against abortion. He is just against, quote-unquote, abortions when there is a heartbeat, for example. They'll word it in ways like that. However, Donald Trump was recently outed, letting slip what his actual position would be if he was elected federally on abortion. And it's not good.
a policy issue that has been in the spotlight this week, abortion, Mara, because revelations, the New York Times first to report, NBC News has confirmed that Trump is considering backing a 16-week federal ban. He likes, I'm told, a nice round number. What do you make of this? What's the implication?
They didn't quite get it across well there. When he said he wanted to be 16 weeks and he likes a nice round number, he specifically said, I want it to be 16 because that's a nice round number. He specifically chose 16 weeks on the ban because it's a nice round number. That makes him feel good. What the fuck, dude? Like, after 16 weeks, you wouldn't be able to get an abortion. Federally. That is what he is suggesting. Now, this is obviously awful, because most women, by that point, don't even know that they're pregnant. The way that conservatives like to ban abortion is via effectively banning abortion, but leaving it technically legal on paper, so they can always point to that it's technically legal on paper and say the left is making a mountain out of a molehill. Despite the fact that across an entire state, for example, doctors are refusing to give abortions or give certain treatments or procedures because the laws are written in such a way in which effectively they might be arrested if they, say, provide treatment for an ectopic pregnancy or provide a full hysterectomy upon the discovery of, like, some cysts or tumors growing or something like that.
Well, there's two aspects of this. Democrats are going to say he's for a national ban. He doesn't want states to decide. Every blue state that's codified Roe, that's going to go in the garbage can. So that's one impact of it. But the second thing that I think is incredibly interesting is that Donald Trump is acting like a normal politician. He usually doesn't do that, but he's trying, if this story is true, to move to the center on abortion for the general election, to get more where the majority...
Well, Donald Trump has always been a politician. Wait, what are you talking about? Just because Donald Trump's a populist doesn't mean he's not a politician. Donald Trump... There is literally a live lie counter. I'm sorry, this is just bullshit. Hold on. So this is from 2021. Final tally of lies. Analysts say Trump told 30,000 mistruths. That's 21 per day during his presidency, as of 2021. Donald Trump made more than 30,000 false or misleading statements during his 4 years as president of the United States, an analysis suggests. The astounding figure, which roughly equates to 21 false statements per day, or 20.94 to be precise, of his tenure at the White House, comes after a tumultuous post-election period in which he spent weeks falsely alleging that the 2020 election was stolen, and remarks that spurred on his supporters to storm the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. He has always been a politician. He's actually the most politician. It's just that when people think of a politician, they think of, like, faux politeness and then being a liar, not being a liar and then faux politeness. So Donald Trump is just not feigning politeness, since that makes him come off as not a politician, even to progressives. Come on, don't buy his act.
Majority of voters are, and you know what? There is a consensus on abortion in this country. It used to be called Roe. 16 weeks is a little earlier than Roe, but people want abortion to either be mostly legal with some exceptions or mostly illegal with some exemptions.
Thanks for watching. Stay up.
Yeah. Literally nobody on either side is in favor, like majority are, like, on either side are not in favor of a total lack of restrictions on it or a complete banning of it. So the fact is that the Republicans moving in to do so and to restrict abortion rights is just not a popular thing. And even the Republicans, like the GOP, is trying to change up their messaging